Hi there YouTubers, this is Ingrid from the Netherlands again, aka RockingLUPA, and this is going to be my third video for the vinyl community. And in this video I wanted to start a new thread. This is what it's about. You know, I think it's nice to become a little more acquainted with each other in the vinyl community by finding out in what way did music form you as a person, you know, from when you were younger until now. They say that little babies already have their real first musical impressions, and somehow I think it's true that you already have your most important musical impressions when you are younger. So when you are a little kid or teenager or whatever, but I think it would be nice to find out in the vinyl community in what way did you grow up with music, and how did it form you, and what does it mean to you, etc, etc. So I put up some questions for you, and this is the first question. What's your very first vinyl record ever? So, and do you still have it? It doesn't matter if you did buy the record yourself, or maybe it was a present by someone, you know. It also doesn't matter if it's an LP or 7-inch. It's just about the very first vinyl record in your collection. And the second question. When your first record was a present by someone, you know, for example by your parents or other relatives or friends, or doesn't matter, if your first record was a present by someone, what then was the first record you did buy yourself, you know? When did you buy your first record unconscious, you know? And did you buy it at younger age, or were you already older then? So that's the second one. And the third question is, when did you start collecting records? I'm asking this because you know, in this vinyl community, I think there are different generations in vinyl collecting. You know, you have the generation just like me who already grew up with vinyl records, but you also have a younger generation, and they, you know, when they were born maybe you know, the stores didn't sell vinyl anymore. And they just grew up with CDs and MP3s and so on. So there are two different generations in vinyl collecting. So that's why I'm just curious to know, you know, when did you start collecting records? You know, so I'm very curious, and I'm really curious for stories, especially from the younger generation, you know. How did you discover a vinyl, and why does vinyl maybe appeal rather more to you than CDs or MP3s, you know? So that's nice to know. Here's the fourth question. Which music did your parents play at home when you were a kid? Are you influenced by this music or not at all? And do you have records in your collection which your parents did play? I am very curious about that. Fifth question. That's question number 5. Did your parents play music when you were younger which you didn't like in the first place, but did you begin to appreciate the music as well when you grew older? So that's number 5. Question number 6. Do you still have, or do you still collect records from your childhood? You know, for example, children TV programs or shows or something. That's number 6. Number 7. Which music did you listen to the most when you were a teenager? Number 7. Question number 8. The music you are collecting in the present, is it mainly music from when you were a teenager in the end, or are you vacant for new music as well? Question number 9. There is so much music around from maybe more than 20, 30, 40 or longer years ago, and you know, many old songs and artists became classics or icons, you know, and they still play their music on the radio. But do you think there are nowadays artists or bands you will still hear on the radio for, let's say, at least 20 years from now? So will you still hear the artists which are in the hit parade nowadays? Will you still hear them about 20 years from now at least? So that's the question. And then the last question, question number 10. When you saw my first video, you maybe already know that I'm a singer in a hard rock band, and now I was wondering if there are more people in the vinyl community who do not only collect music, but maybe they also make music themselves. So do you play an instrument, or are you singing, are you in a band or whatever? I thought it would be nice to know. So please let me know. So well, these were the questions, and I think it's a good idea to end this video here. And so I will make another video with this thread part 2, in which I will answer these questions myself. So well, the music you hear in the background is from Fat Domino. This is the LP, 20 Greatest Hits, Fat Domino. And well, I hope you will watch the second part of this thread too. So bye, and hope to see you in another video.